Hi, this is Sharon. My name is Sharon Hickox, and I'm a music therapist for Notable Music Therapy Services here in Reno, Nevada. And during this time when we're staying at home, we're going to be doing groups. In the morning, I'm going to call mine Monday morning moments, but we'll be doing them every day at 10 o'clock and every day at 4:30. So hello to those who we already know, and welcome to those that we don't know at this time, but we'll get to know through this. So again, I work for Notable Music Therapy Services, and I'm glad that you could join us this morning. Join me this morning, because obviously I'm alone here in the room. So what I thought I'd do today is take us through some relaxation, um, different kinds of relaxation, and then talk about some things that you can do at home to help stay relaxed in times when things get a little stressed, as you might feel right now. So if you've been in my groups before, these are some things that you've maybe done with me before, or if you haven't, then they'll be new to you. So what I'm going to do first is just play the guitar, just a simple chord progression. And I always like to think about just noticing how the atmosphere in the room changes when we add music to it. So you're just sitting in your room, you're sitting wherever you might be. It might be loud, might be kids running around, might be quiet, might be outside. But when we add music to that, it changes the mood of the room. So I'm just gonna not talk for a minute and just play. Now, when I do this normally in my groups, we have percussion instruments and other things to play along. So you may or may not have some instruments at home, but you always have your own body to help with playing along. So my pattern's kind of bum, 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 bum. So you could always use your leg, bum, 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 or clap your hands, dum, 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 bum, 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 bum. And also another tool that you can use is your voice. And you can hear as I'm giving that example, la, 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 whatever you would like to do. But one of the things about um, anxiety and stress, when it gets us going, we're operating out of a different part of our brain, really, and we get caught up in that stress. And as soon as we ask ourselves to use the front part of our brain and go to sort of a thinking mechanism, it just breaks that cycle. And it might not work right at first, but as you pursue that, your brain is forced to think, okay, how do I clap my leg in time? How do I clap my hands in time? How do I vocalize? And another thing about the vocalizing is that for me, as some of you know, I'm actually a percussionist, so singing isn't something that comes naturally to me from long ago. But I have a real appreciation for the resonance that it stimulates, kind of in your body, and the way you just feel. You have to fill your lungs with air, and you can just feel those sounds coming up out of you, which is a a relaxing thing to me. And there's probably nobody with you, so you don't have to worry about how great a singer or not great a singer you are. So just I'm going to play my same chord progression again. And if you can just think about either clapping along or humming along or singing along and see how that feels for you. Okay, so staying with the same chord progression, and you could still sing along, but I want to do a little bit of a listening thing with you. When we create music, mostly we just react to the way it feels. I was a music professor for a really long time, and so I also think of it in kind of chordal structures. And the way music operates, we don't just, it's kind of like a story, right? And if we had a story where I was going to tell you that, well, in normal times, I went to the store, I bought some bread, I came home. That isn't all that fascinating of a story. So and music is the same way. So if we keep everything constant in the music, it isn't that interesting. So we add a little intrigue to the story. So I was walking to the store and to buy some bread, and I saw there was a lost dog. So I approached the dog. And then I thought, wonder what's happened to this dog. I better find its owner. Oh no, it looks like the dog is hurt, and etc. You can find until I found a solution to the dog. Then I went ahead, I got my bread, and I came home. That's a more interesting story. So the chord progressions that we use paint an oral story for us. And so I want you to just notice, I'm going to talk about the same chords I was just playing with. So this is where I've started. That's our home base. This should feel comfortable. This is where home, this is me back home, okay? Then I go here, and this is still major sounding, solid sounding. I've wandered off a little bit, right? I'm still safe. Maybe I'm in the backyard. And then for a moment, I go over to here. Now that space is a little bit more sad, or my son used to call it spooky when he was little. So that's just a little different feeling than what I had at my home base or my last one. And now this chord, and this is the progression I was just doing, this chord is the most distant from home. This chord is like, I don't know, maybe it's gonna rain, I'm a little scared, I better get back home, I really wanna get back home to here. And then that chord is back home. So that's just a little description of the journey that I've been doing with you. I just got to give my hand a little bit of a rest. Some of you that know me know that I broke my hand, so it's just getting back to playing the guitar. So let me shake it out of here a little bit. And then I'm going to play that same progression with you one more time. And if you can kind of think of it in the way that I was telling you, it just might be helpful. Again, we're engaging our brain more in something interesting, some distraction from the worries that you might be feeling. So we'll just listen again, but think of it. Remember, I'm starting home. I'm going to a place away from home, maybe backyard, still feels good. A little bit of sadness, distance. Oh, I got to get home, and then back home again. So it's a little bit about the chord progression and maybe a little help about thinking about relaxation. The next thing that I'm going to do here today is an actual relaxation exercise with you. So I will just play softly in the background and take you through a sort of through your body and thinking about breathing and relaxing. So just kind of a quiet moment here, just to take a little break from the music and another little comment. I'm a big baseball fan, and I've told this story to some people, but uh, Jackie Robinson, who's a baseball player, even not baseball people will have heard of. When he was trying to make it into the major leagues, he had two kinds of stress: the press and all that, and just the stress of having to hit a baseball at 90 miles an hour or whatever. And his coach told him to, even though the ball's coming fast, to see it come in slow. Feel like the ball's coming in slow. And so, if we just think about that for a minute, it's something that I say to myself a lot when I'm in a kind of an anxious or nervous situation, or a situation where things are really, really busy. Like, I think, okay, a lot's happening here, but I just will see it come in slow rather than fast. And then he used that when, say, you can imagine in his career and all the press and everything that was happening, that even when people were shouting questions at him and all that, and it was chaotic in that way, then he also would try and just see it come in slow, just sort of slow it down in yourself, even though things may feel fast around you. So that helps me, and it might help you too. Okay, so now try to find yourself in a comfortable situation wherever you are. It's good if you can have your feet on the floor, because we're going to talk about that some. So I'm just going to play some little quiet guitar sounds, and you'll hear my voice, and I'll just talk you through a guided relaxation. When you feel comfortable, if you can close your eyes, I think that helps to focus, but as you feel comfortable. So the first thing I'd like you to do is just notice your breathing. You don't have to particularly adjust your breath, but we just want to notice your breathing, right? So just notice what your breath is doing. And as you start to close your eyes and just think about your breath, you can feel it coming in and going out, whatever pace that might be for you. Now, if you can try and concentrate on taking a breath in with your nose and then out with your mouth. That may cause you to use a little deeper breath if you can kind of not. But if that feels hard, just think, okay, here I am breathing, sitting relaxed, breathing. Then I would like you to just feel the weight of your body in the chair or whatever you're sitting on. You just feel heavy in that chair, just nice and solid. Here's where it'd be nice if you had your feet on the ground, because then you can feel your foot on the ground, connected to the earth. A heavy weight upon you. So a heavy weight through your body in the chair and on the ground as well. Fully connected here to the chair you're sitting in, the room you're sitting in, the earth that is underneath you. Very solid. Feel that heaviness. And then notice you're still breathing. So I'm feeling, I let out a breath. Feel that heaviness. Now I'd like you to wander down to your feet. Tighten up the muscles in your feet. And just hold it there. And then let that tightness go. It's like the muscles in your body are also breathing. So tighten up those muscles at your feet again. And then let it go. And as we do this, maybe little thoughts wander that have nothing to do with this in your head. I like to see them just as a river. Hello, little thought. You just float by while I'm busy doing my relaxation. And I want you to move up to your calves. Tighten those. Hold it. And then relax. Tighten up your calf muscles. And then relax them. Then we can move up to our thighs. Tighten those muscles. And then just let it go. Just tighten as much feels easy for you. We're all going to feel different that way. The importance is to feel the tightness and then feel the release. Again, it's like your muscles taking a nice big breath. And you can go to your glute muscles, tighten those up, and let it go. Now I want you to think into your stomach and your stomach muscles and kind of the core of your body there. This is where lots of us carry some stress. Just think about tightening those stomach muscles and then just let them go. And all this while, you should be feeling heavy in that chair, feet on the ground, connected to the earth, your weight sitting comfortably in the chair. So again, tighten up in your core and then let it go. Now let's go down to your hands. Just clench your hands like a fist. Feel that tightness and then let it go. Both hands, tighten them up and relax it. Now, same with your arms. Just tighten up each of your arms and hold it there tight. Hold it there tight and then just let it go. Now our shoulders, that's a nice tight place. Tighten them up extra. Squinch them up. Hold it tight and then just let it go like your shoulders are taking this nice breath out. This nice breath out that goes through your body. You feel that relaxation through your body. You feel the heaviness in the chair. You feel the heaviness in your feet. You listen to your breathing. Feel your breathing in and out. I'd like you also to go up to your face, your head, kind of tighten up your face, your cheeks. And let that go. I think sometimes we hold tension there we don't even know. Just tighten up and let it go. Little thoughts may be wandering, what you're going to do next, whatever it might be. Just let them float by and try and stay in this moment of relaxation. Notice your breath in and out. You can also look up and you may see a light. Feel that warm light go into your body. It starts at my head, sort of fills me up like a bottle, goes through my body, and feel it moving down into my stomach, down into my legs, down into my feet. And at the bottom, it just lets go the stress that I feel, the worry that I feel. It just fills me up with a nice light that feels warm and safe and relaxing. Just sit in this moment, listen to your breathing, feel your breathing, feel the heaviness of your body. Just feel this nice peace that hopefully has come over you. As you start to bring yourself back to awareness of the room around you, do it gradually. Start to maybe let in some sounds that are in your world. Let some light in if your eyes are closed. Try and carry that relaxation of your body as you raise your awareness. And as you feel comfortable, just open your eyes again. Sort of like a hello world again. I hope that felt good to you. It's another thing that you can do on your own as well. I find that the directed movement of tightening each part of my body helps me to focus, to not just say, oh, relax, right? That's hard to do. And when my kids were little and I could read them a story and lay in bed while they fell asleep, I would do that as I lay there next to them, just trying to create that vibe of relaxation and helping me relax as well. And so you can do that on your own. You don't need it guided. Okay. So I want to do a couple more things here. I want to talk about the pentatonic scale. The pentatonic scale is our friend, and the pentatonic scale is a scale that actually is used a lot in the world. And the beauty of the pentatonic scale is that you can't play any wrong notes. They all sound good. So what is the pentatonic scale? Well, in our simplest form, it's the black keys on the piano. All right. It's the black keys on the piano. Now, you might not have a piano at home, but we're going to show you in a minute here how you could get an app very easily to do this at home. And I even tried it because you can do this alone or you can do this with somebody. So let me just play for you a little bit what the pentatonic scale sounds like. That should probably be a familiar sound to you. It can be kind of a relaxing sound. So I'm just going to play here a little bit on the pentatonic scale. I'm just making it up out of my head. And because of the configuration of that scale, any combination I use sounds good. You can do it in a more quiet, peaceful way, or you can get going a little bit more. fun thing about that is to be able to do that with somebody. Okay, so it's, if you're only playing by yourself, it's not as hard to not play anything that sounds sort of dissonant, but you can add a person with you and do the same thing, stay on the black keys, and you will sound good. So how do you do this on your phone? I'm going to invite my friend here, Jennifer Tibbin, to show you how to get that on simply on your phone. You may not be able to do this, but you may be able to.
So I'm just going to go to the App Store on my phone. I've got the App Store. I'm just going to walk you through the whole thing, and it opens up to that home screen. And I'm going to search down at the bottom right corner for Real Piano. I like this one because it has it's free, which I like, but it also has some other things that I like about it, and I can tell you in a minute. So you'll see there's several things that come up, but we're going to scroll down here to this one. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. That's got a little gray piano keyboard, and we're going to download that one. It's free at the App Store. It just says open on mine because I already have it on my phone. So then I've got it downloaded here, and it opens up just a piano keyboard, and you can move it around so you can go higher and lower by kind of dragging along the top. And you can make the keys bigger or smaller by spreading with 2 fingers up at the top. So maybe you just want to have just 3 or 4 keys. You can do that. It's a little easier when you're getting started, or you can shrink it down so you can have a few more to play. And then we can play together.
Can you play on there a little bit?
Oh, sure. It's turned down. Sorry, I didn't want it to be really loud, so I turned it down this morning.
So you can do that, and you can have the app, and your mom can have the app, or your sister, your friend, or whoever, and you can actually play together. And we tried that yesterday, and it worked really well.
Let's do it.
Because you want to do it with the app?
Sure, you can play the piano, and I'll play the app. We'll just do it for a couple seconds. Okay.
Okay. And so since we have a piano, we're going to play a little bit longer for you now because we can both play at the piano. But this is a way, just so for now, just kind of a soothing, relaxing thing that we'll show you that we can just make up here together. But you could also do it at home, right? And that'd be a good thing to investigate, and a good way, again, to get your mind going to that part where it's like, okay, I'm thinking about something. I'm not just thinking about worry. So we'll just play a little bit here. Okay?
Some more? Oh, you and I together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice. So the last thing that we're going to do today is that Jenny's actually going to play a song and sing for you. This song came to her from another person who wanted to share it as something to just relax again in these hard times. So this is sort of like a pass it on song thing. So now, who gave it to you again?
His name is Craig Hella Johnson. Hella Johnson. He is a composer and a choir conductor that lives here in the United States.
And so he shared this with people. So now we're going to share it here with you. So this requires us to take a little detour.
A little field trip.
Over to a different piano. There we go.
So the piece is from a musical called Carousel, written by Rogers and Hammerstein. And the piece is called When You'll Never Walk Alone. Keep your heart
Thank you.
Sure.
Well, that's a song, and you'll never be alone, and we all can get through this. So I want to thank you for joining me here today for this Monday musical moment, and we'll be having again, Notable Music Therapy Services is doing these sessions every day at 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, and also at different groups. If you'll subscribe to us on YouTube, Notables or Notable Music Therapy Services, you'll be able to connect with us there. And we're providing these services free. So if you feel like any small donation or any donation at all to help us keep the music going, that would be greatly appreciated. We have a link down here in the description below the video. And I know it's hard times financially in lots of ways for lots of people, but even the smallest donation of $5 or whatever it might be helps. So I'm Sharon Hickox again. Thank you so much for spending this time with me.